sure we're sitting up straight. Take your left index finger and imagine that we're all going to try and grab the loop on the front of my boat. We should be turning our chest completely around and reaching. So I want everybody to look at where that left finger is, because we're going to go back to that in a second. How do we know if you guys are rotating enough? Think of your life vest. You are not going to find a life vest in the world that doesn't have a logo on the front and a logo on the back. And that's not because the Coast Guard wants it there, people. It's sales and marketing. We want to sell you stuff, and we want you to tell the whole world that you own it. You think there's a mistake that there's a logo on the back of this and a logo on the front of this? Well, what a great way to pick on your friends when you're paddling. So when I go ahead and start my stroke, you guys can now all see the logo on the front of my life vest. I'm going to plant my blade, and as I finish my stroke, now you guys can all see the logo on the back of my life vest. So that's how much we want to be rotating. So go ahead and practice that. Let's get that left finger out again. Let's go ahead and reach for the bow loop. And as we move through, we want to follow our hand, follow with our eyes, and turn our chest around. So what you will never do from this day forth is move the blade with your hand again. What does that mean? Well, when I put the blade in the water and I move it with my hand, look how I bend my arm. I use smaller muscle groups. So what you guys are going to do is you're going to go ahead and rotate. We're going to get the blade in the water. And now I'm going to move with bigger muscle groups following through. There's that logo on the front of my vest. How do I want to get the blade in the water? You know, the challenge is, once we go ahead and rotate, we're really engaging those bigger muscle groups. We're starting to feel the effects of sitting in a desk all week long. We're sitting in a car on the way home to work every day. We're tight. So when I go ahead and rotate, it's sometimes hard to stay in this position. So we need to get the blade in the water for that brief moment that we're completely rotated. So I want you guys to all use your top hand. And we're going to stab that blade in the water. Imagine that there's a little fish swimming alongside of our boat. For any of you environmentalists out there, we can believe it's a cartoon fish if that helps you. Nobody's going to get hurt in this demonstration, I promise you. But that fish is going pretty fast. And we want to just kind of bonk him on the head as he goes by. So I'm going to use that top hand. I'm going to rotate, and I'm going to stab that blade down in the water. Look at how straight my elbow is. Look at how loose my hand is. Can I see the okay symbol from everybody? We're all out here, the rain stopped, we're doing okay. That's how I want you to think about holding on to your paddle. You know, this morning it was chilly out. What gets stiff when it's chilly? Well, if we're runners or skiers, it's our knees, our ankles. If we're paddlers, it's our lower back and our wrist and our fingers. So loosen up your grip, and it'll put a lot less pressure on your body. You'll feel better on the water. So again, I rotate, I stab, and now I start my motion. How many of you guys have been paddling in like an urban environment where there's people up above you on a pier or looking down at you from a bank, and they yell down to you, "Hey, where are your legs in that thing?" So don't be that imbecile. Don't forget what your legs are doing below the deck. So as I go ahead and rotate my body and put the blade in, what am I doing? I'm pushing with my left foot. So my blade goes in, I move my torso, and I'm putting pressure on that left foot. Where the blade goes in the water is what we call our catch. So the further I can reach, the more I engage my muscles, the better stroke, less energy I use.